Hi, I'm Dex, and today we will continue bringing utter chaos to the world by using natural disasters. You're getting way too strong, summon 1000 forces of nature. Well, we just did that perfect start, right? Since this is part 2, I will try to explain what we've done the last time. So down here are pretty much all of the basic upgrades we can get with the basic resource. Like for example, whenever we chop down a tree, we have a 16.5% chance that 1 to 10 trees randomly spawn on the island. We have a line that is about the earthquake that we cause every X amount of hits. And here is a blizzard, I think. The problem is, we actually don't have that wood, so we need to find that. My assumption would be, it's over here somewhere. Bigger trees means more money, so let's get that. This is way more resources, I need that. And as we start this stage, all of the trees will spawn. Here we have a sunbeam that gives us a fire attack. And whenever we destroy a certain amount of trees, we cause an earthquake. I think right now we need to destroy 40 of them, and whenever an earthquake triggers, for the next one you need the same amount on top of the old amount. So it would be 40, the next up it's 80 destroyed trees, then 120, 160 and so on. And as you can see, we are already very powerful, but we are not quite strong enough to clear out the stage as we used to, but we are also regrowing a lot of the trees. Tornadoes spawn more often on the beach, let's take that. And then over here we have the main one that I want, which is very expensive. I can't even afford that. 777,000. I haven't spent our money in ages as far as I remember. The thing is, I want to improve the tornadoes, that they actually become useful, like that we have multiples of them, that they deal more damage, they are bigger and stuff like this. But I think it makes more sense if we first earn a lot more money. You know, we go for all of the multipliers, like that we get higher level trees. Because yes, trees also have a level to them that is randomly determined as they spawn. And I think currently the highest level is level 4, which just makes them a lot tankier, but at the same time you earn a lot more money. And I should really try to get all of these purple trees, because that is the wood that we are after. I mean, all of them are useful. The red one is for the burning effects and things, you know, on the left side. But yeah, this is not enough. Increase the speed at which the fire deals damage to the trees. That sounds very good, and it's very expensive, so let's get it again. Here we have this upgrade again, but this time only 7.5% at a way higher cost. So the further you go, the less you tend to get out of it. Right, that is the insta-kill one of size 1 to 4, which we already one-shot. I farmed up a bit of money, so now we gain 1/4 additional resources and I get a little bit more HP. We can also upgrade this a few times, but I wanted to unlock this white tree over here. I would say for now we just go for this one to maximize how much we earn. Then we'll go back to the levels of the trees, which affect all of the trees. And then we will focus on the white trees, that we farm them up and get the next disaster. I think we have enough money. Yes, 777,000. Apparently I had that a bit ago. So let's get you. Unlock the white almond tree. And over here we have the final upgrade for the bonus. But as I said, we'll now go for the tree level, because this means we also get better versions of you. And the rest is just about the tornado. But since we don't need this dark wood anymore, I can fully upgrade that. And here we need 4,100. And you need 750,000. And you need a different lock. Okay. How about we check out how much of the white tree we earn? It should be a decent amount, because we still gain the higher level trees. So even though they are rare, it should be a good chunk of money. We have 700. We have 1000. We will actually get the new ability very soon. Not after this run, I would assume, but very, very soon. I can't believe it. We are so close to it, but it won't be enough. But we have a bunch of the purple wood, so one more skill tree. You are the final level up, and that means now we can upgrade all about the tornado. So here tornado damages the neighboring trees even further away, that is just a distance. The baby tornadoes have grown up and become big ones. We now have big trees, even more distance. Over here a tornado will travel across the island over a longer distance. Sure. I mean, why not? Tornado will travel even further. Tornadoes spawn more often on the beach. Nice, if I notice them, you know. A few tornadoes can already be seen on the beach around the island when the session starts. Very good. Increase the maximum number of tornadoes that can be present at the same time. Increase the maximum number of tornadoes that can be okay, same story again. Increase the mouse attack speed. Very small, but still good. Here, tornado attack speed. Let's take that. Increase the tornado attack speed. Nice. But yes, that's what I meant. We have so much money now that we can just pretty much do what we want to do. I will trigger all of the tornadoes to see if they do something. I don't really see it. Like, I paid attention to how much damage they deal, and it definitely wasn't nothing. But I'm not even sure if it's worth it to go over to them and waste a click, partially, right? Because I can choose exactly where I want to go, but if I click on them, then it's just wherever they are. I mean, still, it's bonus damage, so I guess that's nice. We have another earthquake, so we were ahead compared to the last time, because there the earthquake happened at the very end. That was good. Yeah, that was really good. Yeah, but that is a spawn chance issue, I would say. Not that we performed worse, but it depends on how many of them spawn. So now we have the snowflakes. A snowflake appears in the top right or top left of the screen every 12 seconds. If we hover it with our mouse, we activate the ice mouse for 2 seconds. Each attack freezes the trees and they take more damage. Good. Now, as usual, we'll first take all of the buffs that they spawn more often, because we will need a lot of this, especially to get to 750k, but we'll continue with the tornado. So even more attack speed. This is the tornado attack speed. You are... entire island. Okay, that is insane. Let's go for crit damage, because it's nice to destroy these stronger trees, and that was already it. Maybe what I'll do is, I'll go to the end instead, because there could be other upgrades that are unique and help out all of the tree. I love this so much, I miss this. Man, oh man, I missed it. Like, if you do it right, you pretty much damage all of the trees, summon your first snowflake, we did it. You pretty much damage them somewhat equally, and the moment the earthquake happens, all of them get destroyed, which is just insane. Okay, they take bonus damage, let's go. We want to hit the tough ones with that, which is easier said than done, because can you identify what level each tree has? It's like, I can't. Like, down here, I can see this one is a bit smaller than this one, actually quite a bit, right? And this one is also smaller than this one, but good luck figuring that out in the middle of all of them. You cost 178,000. Tornadoes spawn more often on the beach. Sure, why not? Tornadoes spawn more often on the beach. Wait, that is insane. Wait, what? Because we can still upgrade that. So this goes down to 3 seconds. Then we go down to 2.5, 2 seconds. Okay. Increase the tornado damage. Yeah, that's a bit pathetic, so let's upgrade that for now. Then we will go for the white element tree spawn chance. There's even more of that, and green oak trees yield more wood. Okay, so we don't spend our money down here, which either way is way too expensive. I could go for crit. That is money, though. Eh, sure, why not? It's maxed out. Look at this. Maxed out, maxed out, maxed out, maxed out. All of these are maxed out except for these two. Over here with the fire... Oh god, we have 1.3 million. I didn't see that. We now deal 5-time damage. The first hit after we get a sunbeam. You were super expensive. This will just one-shot the tree size 1 to 4. Which I think always happens with this one already. But hey, it's something. But usually you don't have this many upgrades to do at once. I just wanted to make sure that everyone is kind of on the same page. Summon one-hit tornadoes are easy peasy. But yeah, usually we don't continue a game, an incremental game, after we were already done. But this is a longer game, and I had a lot of fun, and you guys really enjoyed it. So I was like, you know what? Let's just continue and see how much chaos we can achieve. Oh, I love the earthquake. Yes. Okay, but a lot of them have low HP. I need to destroy them. Actually, a lot of them have a ton of HP, and I can't destroy them. Like, look at the HP left on these. 10,000, but that was 7k. Wait, would it be smarter to not get this upgrade and just wait? Because then we have more of the other trees. But hey, I need this eventually either way, so I want to work on it ASAP. We deal more damage to frozen trees. I mean, maybe that's good. Like, obviously it's helpful, right? But the point is, do I want to wait for this one? Or do I go for the bonus damage, destroy more trees, and with that earn more money? So let's get this. Tornadoes deal more damage. Yes, let's do that. Here's even more damage. Increased tornado attack speed. Sure, why not? Okay, so these are the last upgrades. Then we have crit over here. I'll take that. Here's critical hit chance by 1.5%. And even more level ups. You're maxed out. We'll also go for the bonus damage. Down here, you know what, I'll just go for them. Max distance, perfect, attack speed. I'll go for them one by one. There could technically be another upgrade down here or down here. We only get to see that if we get this upgrade or this upgrade. So let's take a look at our current damage and also how much stuff we are spawning. Okay, oh my god, that was insane. Where's the snowflake? I need a snowflake for the bonus damage. Yeah, that is one issue because we haven't upgraded the snowflake yet. So it doesn't spawn very often, but with the bonus damage we get more money. The only issue I have with that is, we really need to amplify or multiply the amount of these white trees so we earn more. And I think that is more efficient than going for the snowflakes. Because the snowflakes increase what we earn out of all of the trees, but we want to make sure that we have more of the white trees. Did we just earn 15,000? I only saw that at the last moment, that is insane. So, what do you have? When we go over here to the left side, there should eventually, and that takes very long, be an upgrade that increases the amount of money we earn with them. Like, here's the percentage one that we see here, and they are built up in a very similar way. And maybe, I'm not convinced whether that's true or not, but maybe I should just go to the left side right away. So first what we'll do is, we will increase the spawn amount, but we'll not go for this one, that's too expensive, and then we'll work to the left side, okay? A few tornadoes can already be seen, yep, sure, nice, there's a new one, that's what I was talking about. Then we'll go for the critical hit chance, bonus tornado attack speed, holy moly, 18,000. But I have maxed out this one, and as I said, I wanna go... I wanna go to the left side now. You start a session with one snowflake, not bad. Here we have mouse attack speed, quite useful, but nothing worth to focus on immediately. This will extend the eyes. Here we have a new tree grows faster. Do you have that there, perchance? A new tree grows faster. But that's not the same distance, but if we are lucky... We found it. Man, I love using my brain. You know, sometimes at least. And I'm not saying always, that I always use my brain, you know. But sometimes when I use my brain, then I'm like, big brain move, right? Okay, let's settle on medium-sized brain, but that is still brain. Not to be confused with Brian. I don't know why I now said that, but I guess that is important to determine, right? To differentiate. Brain and Brian is not the same thing. Good job, Dex. Yeah. I need a break. I need a break. Oh boy. 28,000. Wait, how much did you cost? I know it was very expensive. Let's go for the tornado is here more often. 2.5 seconds. Do you understand? They will pretty much spawn the entire time. So here, you are 21,000. That is expensive. You're 48,000. That sounds expensive. It is expensive. As in, we need multiple rounds. But I would say I'll start farming this up. And then we will just take a look at what we earn afterwards. Okay. Holy moly. Okay, wait a second. The tornadoes are going crazy now. And we still have so much left that we can reduce them with. Oh, but there's a maximum amount of tornadoes. I'm not sure if we can still bump up the amount of tornadoes that can be on the screen at the same time, because this is the limiting factor. Even if we spawn them every half second, well, we can't use them, right? And I'm not sure how good they are, but they do weaken all of the things in their way. So it's not that bad. I kind of just wish they would move faster, but that means they have less time to attack as well. So, yeah. Look at the beauty we have currently going on. Up to 10 tornadoes. And do you notice something? If you look on the left side, how much of the white wood we are earning? We are filthy rich. So what I've been doing is, I've just been upgrading the white trees. I did max out their spawn amount, you know, the one that we skipped, because at that point it was really cheap with like 11,000 or so per upgrade. And then I maxed out how much we earn, except for one upgrade, and we'll do this together, this one. So it's super expensive, but at this point we earn so much, it doesn't matter. You are also fairly cheap, and this one triggers every 50 trees instead of every 40. And if you math this out, then this one is by far better, because yes, it takes a bit longer to trigger it, but this one goes up in requirements so much that it's just not worth it. We have 22 million of these. I completely forgot about this. So now we get more wood. The question is, do we need it? It's like, I don't think so. Increase your attack speed. Hello there. What else do we have? This is 7.5%. This is the duration of the fire. I mean, sure, why not? Then I guess we can also go for you. We are done. This is the first branch we entirely finished. So down here we have critical hit chance. 5%. But you're done. There's only one left. And that is such a big bump. Okay, 14. Seriously? But my luck with these is always insane. This is a spawn timer, let's reduce that. And as I said, there can be 10 on the stage right now. Oh yeah, and we can afford more here. I mean, do we want to save up? Let's save up for the earthquake. I think this will be the fun one. And also the biggest bump in damage we can expect. At the same time, it will also show us what is up there, right? Like, how does it continue? And what other natural disasters can be found? Let's actually think about that. We have a tornado, we have snow, we have thunder, we have burn, a hurricane, in the water, it's an island, right, that could be. Toxic waste, nuclear bombs, right, those are natural disasters. If you think about it, a nuclear bomb is very natural, right? It only contains biodegradable ingredients. Right? It's very nature-based. Yeah, I'll stop talking, okay? You know, the moment I said it, I was like, oh, wait a second, that makes no sense, but how do I defend it now? Hail in a cell. Okay, hail, I get that. Interesting. Tidal waves. There it is. And by there, I mean, it's the hurricane. Let's go for this one down here. Maybe we get more, but I doubt it. Yeah, we are done with you entirely. So 2 branches are finished. Here we can't afford stuff. Actually, you. Oh, that they have more range. Sure, why not? How much do you cost? 791,000, but that is the last one. Because otherwise they would all instantly spawn. And here we need 1.5 million. Okay, sure. We are missing the upgrade, that bigger tree spawn, and also this one. That they get more resources, so this should be at the top somewhere. That means we want to go to the back here. Oh yeah, here's the size. Is then also... I don't see the other one. So I don't really care about the snowflake right now, even though it is a very nice bonus. But first I want to earn more, that we become filthy rich. And then we'll go for all of the destruction abilities to earn more money out of the trees that give us more money, right? That sounds logical. It's kind of like with what we did with the tornadoes. I can't wait to fill the entire stage with even more trees. There are sometimes upgrades that your island becomes bigger. Wait, was that this game? Okay, now I'm actually not sure. If it was this game that makes your island bigger from time to time, or it wasn't here. Because the thing is, if you look at the island, it's already filled, right? We sadly can't get more trees. Unless we slap an island on an island. Why do islands actually not do that when they run out of space? Just get a second island on top of the island, you know, like in Minecraft with the monster traps. Just stack them on top of each other. Have I mentioned that I need a break? Yeah. I think we can all agree on that, right? Tornadoes can now freeze. Okay, listen, buddy, I love you. This is for the bigger trees. This doesn't have an upgrade, we know that, because there's nothing hidden. This just upgrades the snowflake more, so I will go for this one. This has good odds to open up what we want. Trees yield way more resources. Wait, is that all of them? That is all of them, like every single one of them. I thought that's just for the current tree. 1.2 million. Okay. Activating a snowflake allows you to instantly destroy all trees that your mouse hovers over. But I assume while we attack. And it's a very short time, but that is actually quite a good upgrade. I mean, it's like we don't actually attack that often, but that just means we first want the fire. That we get more attack speed while we are burning with the cursor. Then we want to get the snowflake and freeze the trees and burn them at the same time. Yeah, I mean, we don't have to talk about logic here, okay? The logic is maximizing money. But can we even get to that point that we earn more? And honestly, it doesn't change that much, but I think it's still worth it to focus on it. You know what? I'll just farm up. One thing I would actually like to talk about, because usually I'm not the biggest fan when an incremental does that, but here I really enjoy it, is the costs of the upgrades always stay the same. So in other incrementals, because they are not that long, it feels a bit bad when the costs stay the same, because you just earn more money and now you can afford like 2 upgrades instead of 1. And that just means you get through the game very fast, but here you have a ginormous skill tree, right? We are still not, like, nowhere close to being done. And if I would have to farm 1.2 million for the first upgrade, and then for the next one I have to farm like 1.6 million, and then 2 million and so on, I would still do it faster with this upgrade, but the first one was 1.2 million. And now also the very last one is 1.2 million, and that makes this more fun. Because otherwise it would take too long. 7.777 million, okay. But we have the blue spruce that we need for you, right? Yes. Wait a second, I need 47,000 and we have no upgrades to this? Oh no. So how are we doing down here? We can afford you, we can afford both of them. We are done with the next tree. I'm telling you, we are getting closer to the ultimate chaos. So now it's time to get all of the upgrades, and for this we want to use our brain. I guess we go for you first again. And then we can also go for each attack with the mouse as a chance to one-shot the trees hovered over. And also double both the money and the wood. Oh, that is a very good one. Duration of the ice, we don't need that yet. I would say we'll go for attack speed first. Then we have area here, which is insane. Here is crit. I mean, sure, why not? Dude, we are earning so much money, this is insane. Freezing deals more damage. Okay, you know what? That is so much bonus damage. I like the balance in this game a lot. It does become a little bit repetitive if you go for the, in quotation mark, optimal path. I say in quotation mark because, you know, I think it's the best path. That's why I'm doing it, right? Makes sense if you think about it. That doesn't mean it is the best path. But if you go for the best path, sometimes you have to play 2 or even 3 rounds in a row until you get the upgrade. But after that, the game speeds up heavily. This is usually where we get back together again and I say, oh, I did a bunch of upgrades, but look at what we are earning now. But if I went for the regular upgrades first, I don't think this would be faster. You know, you would just get 1 upgrade instead of the 5 upgrades we get at once later on, after I did all of those. Look at our money. We have 1.5, we have 32,000 of the blue wood. Wait, when? I didn't even notice that. Okay, maybe the 44,000 isn't that difficult, you know? How much do we have in total? Okay, that was the first round with it. So we do need 1 more round. But let's go over here. We have the trees. You're maxed out. Activating a snowflake allows you to instantly destroy. Yeah, I don't really care. Tornadoes can now freeze the neighboring trees even further away. That is a very good one, but also very expensive. So before we do that, I would say... maybe the crit. Critical hit chance yet again. That's all of my money, you know. That's why I don't like it, but I'll take it. Increase the duration a tree stays frozen. Oh my god, that is the one that I needed. We also want our mouse to freeze for longer, but that is perfect. Like, we can freeze for longer. We also increased how much... like, how long the trees stay frozen. But I don't know if I just said the same thing twice. So we increased the duration of our mouse, how long we can freeze. And then also increase the duration of how long the trees stay frozen to receive bonus damage. Next up, we need more snowflakes, but keep in mind our volcanoes. Volcano is a natural disaster. But I wanted to say tornadoes, not volcanoes. Hey, they're quite similar, right? Like when you say it. Volcano, tornado, potato, tomato, all the same stuff. 1.86 million. Holy moly. Question. When people talk about the 2 different pronunciations for tomato and potato, what do they mean? You see, the problem is when you just read it. Like, I hear, why would you say tomato instead of tomato? And I'm like, what do you mean? What is the other one? Right? Like, there is only one of them. Like, what is the other one? Or are there people that say tomato? You know, in German, it's Tomate. And potato is also very similar to that. Kartoffel. We say Kartoffel. Tomato. Tomato. Maybe that has started with the entire feed agenda, you know, where people went crazy over feed. So they started calling it tomato, but it actually has a different name, like how you say it. Does that make any sense? I don't know, you tell me. Nothing of that really makes sense of what I'm saying in this video, but hey. You watch it, so apparently it's good. I completely forgot about you, my friend. Unlock sparks and lightning strikes. Same story again, increase the amount first. Here we have even more green... But why? But why? We are done. It's like, I'll do it, but I don't need it. But I would assume we need it later on for an upgrade, right? Snowflakes appear more often. Very good. I would say we'll max this out. Then down here is the duration on the mouse, which is now 8 seconds. That's kind of ridiculous. Activating snowflake, I don't care. The tornadoes are nice, though. We're about to be done. This is getting faster and faster and faster. So yes, we need to farm these blue trees. There was the lightning and there was also an achievement. Alter Schwede, what just happened? No, this is totally fine, trust me. Did I forget to check whether we can get the next earthquake or not? I think it needed a new resource, but maybe I'm missing one of them. You know, that the only thing I did was looking ahead, but not what we need for the next one. I can't wait to get more of the lightning strike. I also can't wait to see how my audio filter deals with that. Like, I have a balanced audio filter whenever I edit videos that the audio doesn't get too loud, because there are sometimes spikes that are absurdly loud in games because they were poorly balanced. And that one really does poorly if there are instant, short, high-pitched spikes. Like, it fails really badly to deal with them, and then it sounds like 10 times worse than without it, which is really funny. It's not, because I have to manually work over it, you know? I have to adjust it myself. Okay, let's go for you. That we spawn more. Then we will also go for this one. This is the one that we'll skip. And then we'll go straight through and get the upgrade, which is expected to be back there. Okay, let's hope it doesn't have that many upgrades, because that would take forever. Let's go for the duration on the trees. I'm not sure how useful that is, because the whole point of... You know what, I'll take you. But yeah, the whole point of that is that they take more damage and get wiped out. So having it for a very long time on the trees, I feel like doesn't do a lot. I'm not saying there's no scenario where it would be good. Like, if there's a really strong tree, I clicked on it once and then I just move on. But imagine, like, what I mean right now, the scenario that most likely happens is, imagine it would say, you one-shot the tree. And it would, like, this effect would stay on the tree for 8 seconds. It's like, I don't need a one-shot for 8 seconds on the tree, because the moment I click it, it's gone, right? It doesn't do anything. And if you look at this, we destroy all of them that are frozen pretty much instantly. So I don't know how much money are we earning, but we have so much. How much did we have to pay for the green one? So we have made 9 million in a single round. We now have almost 21 million. Alter Schwede. Okay, that's a little bit. 51 million. You need the ghost wood, this one. Okay, but that will take a while until we get there. You just take money. How? It's like, how am I supposed to do that? I believe we don't have to go over every single upgrade. We just want to understand what it does. So here we get damage out of it. This one is sparks spawn more often at the top of a random tree. That also means currently the main concept of the sparks is that, well, they just spawn on a cooldown, right? Meaning it's nothing that we trigger, but I would highly assume there's an upgrade that does something with our mouse, just like all of the other ones. Like that we, I don't know, when we encounter a spark, when we activate it, our cursor will now trigger it on all of the trees, maybe at a chance, because otherwise it would be a bit too broken. Then we would also assume there's a chain in there to hit multiple trees. Or I guess you could just trigger multiple lightning strikes instead of a chain for more chaos. But why guess if we can just check it out? So, sparks spawn more often. Yep, that is the one that we wanted. Here we have bonus insta-shot chance, good. Blue spruce trees yield more wood. We are already there. A few sparks can already be seen at the top of random trees. Sparks spawn more often. Increase the maximum number of sparks that can be present. Lightning strikes a tree on the island randomly. Okay, so it can also randomly happen, but there's nothing with the cursor which confuses me a bit. Tornadoes, bigger area, nice. And I would say I'll just get these upgrades again on my own. And this is the final run before we have the last upgrade. if you pay attention to the left side, how much blue wood we are earning. We are earning a ridiculous amount, which also means now it's time to check out how much we have to pay for the next level of the earthquake. Because I think that is the biggest improvement we can do right now to make sure that all of the trees get destroyed. I mean, we still have to get one more upgrade, but they only cost around 1.2 million, so that should be fairly simple to do. And then, well, the hail is the next one, and I think there was another one that we saw at the very top, which is a new one. But before we do any of that, before we continue, we will of course upgrade the lightning and make it as strong as possible. I mean, look at what we are earning right now, right? This is kind of insane. We are still triggering the earthquakes, even though we are so far into the run already. 2.2 million. So we'll get the final upgrade. We had 1000%. Then over here, you need 2.4 million. That is honestly manageable. The alternative is that we go for the higher levels of the trees. Where is that usually? So it's to the right. And then upwards. So we first have to get you. Increase the max. No, that sparks. I don't think it's here. It's right in front of me, Dex. It's right there. But I feel like before we continue here, I will first get the upgrade to the earthquake, because this deals a humongous amount of damage. Activator Snowflake will now also freeze all the trees on the island that will last for the same duration as the one applied with your icy mouse. Oh my god. Increase the maximum number of sparks that can be present on the island by 30. What? Increase the damage from all sources dealt to frozen trees. These are insane. Increase the lightning strikes damage. I love that they use these old currencies again. Pink cherry trees will now start spawning. You start a session with 2 snowflakes already. Okay, for you we just need money. Which also means we're not allowed to spend money, but there is no money and I also don't have any money. But that also means I can use these ones, so we can have up to 95 of the sparks. Then the bonus damage, also one more upgrade. Over here the lightning strike damage. Currently it's a little bit pathetic because we haven't upgraded it, but this here is my goal. I can't get it because we need money. There's the one that I wanted. Lightning strikes can now start a fire on the neighboring trees. I love this so much, how they synergize with the other abilities. In most of these games, the abilities, they just do their own thing, you know, and they don't really relate to each other. But here, every single ability pretty much works hand in hand with the other ones. The tornado can freeze, the fire increases the damage, the frost increase... Well, actually, I don't know if the fire increased the damage. But I think they did, right? Or at least it's over time damage. And probably there will be an upgrade that the lightning causes fire on the trees, because that just makes sense. But that's what I mean, you know, they kind of work hand in hand, and that's really cool to see. Oh my god, the better earthquake is so much better. Like, it doesn't sound like it, because we go from 50 to 60 requirement, right? Like, we need longer, but dealing 60% of their HP as damage is ridiculous. Now, one thing you could have said is, maybe, it could be better to stay at 50, because dealing 50% of their max health as damage to them twice destroys them, and 60 also does the same thing. But keep in mind, we hit most of these with all kinds of abilities, so they already lost HP. So yes, we definitely want to have the higher damage earthquake to make sure they get destroyed over and over again. 3 million. Why do I have so much of the white wood? Like, how do I use that? We made 2.6 million, so this will take a hot second until we get there. Wait, what? But that's pink cherry tree. What is this one? The yellow wood. We don't even have that. So let's increase... Oh my god. That jumps up like crazy, right? Yeah, this one here is a bit too expensive for now. I found it. Here's the one. 17.5 million. You were 31 million. Okay, so this is our goal. What do we have over here? Alright. That is the one. Then you, lightning strike deals more damage. We can just always go for them, no matter what they do, because we don't need the resource anymore. Oh, you need 3.2 million. But one round later, we earned another 4.5 million, so now we have it. This one here is the next goal, even though it does mean we get further away from this because we need the money. We were not done here. But yes, I wanted to go for you, and I just spent all of that on this upgrade. You. And they were finished. Increase the duration of tree. Remains frozen. So like, I mean, I don't hate it, but you know what? I'll just go for the next tree. I'm not gonna spend money. Okay, I'm not gonna spend money. And there it is, the yellow weeping willow tree, which is an achievement. And we need that for you up here. This is the green one. We can upgrade that. Nice. I wonder, like, how would you even get this many sparks present at the same time that you need this, right? Like, is this like more one of these upgrades, which is like, I don't think you'll ever need it, but you know what? In case you do, you'll be happy about it. Right? That's what I feel like. Okay, 1.5 seconds of one-shotting all of the trees after a snowflake. We just need one more. We also need money. Here's the size of our cursor. That is a very good one. I will go for these unique ones first. Insta-shot chance. Perfect. And then I would say we go for all of the other ones in the beginning. So this is a lightning strike about every 10 to 15 seconds. Okay. Lightning strike damage. Let's upgrade that. Sparks spawn more often at the top of a random tree. I really wonder if you can even get to the point that it gets so crazy. Lightning strikes the neighboring trees even further away. That is very good. So let's max it out right away. This is also that they spawn faster, which is now 2 seconds. 0.5 seconds. Now I understand it. Now I understand why we have this. I mean, I still have a hard time believing that, like, you know, we actually need that amount. But do you see what's happening now? Dude, I love the approach that we have. Like, first go for all of the greed in the world, and then we earn so much money that we can get a bunch of upgrades at once. Sometimes I'm a bit sad when I do that, because it's like, we don't get to explore it step by step, and instead we just walk into this powerhouse immediately, but then we're also done, right? But in this case here, there are so many upgrades that we can still get, and we can continue afterwards. And we just make this ginormous jump from, oh, we kind of get along, you know, but we don't earn that much too. Everything is getting nuked. The lightning strikes are mental, like completely mental. And the sound is pleasant. I mean, it is very loud because I'm starting to scream, so I have to turn down my sound on my computer here now. But it's not stinging in the ear, like it doesn't stick out. It just sounds like a huge mess of sounds, and that is good. I think the best way to describe what I mean is, if you think of music, right, the background music, you want to hear distinct elements, but you don't want one element to stick out, unless that's intentional, you know, but all in all, you don't really want that, and this can be very annoying in games when like 10 different sounds play, and 9 of them they merge together to a nice sound chaos, which nice because it tells you you're insane. But then there's one of them that is like way louder and higher pitched, and you just can't hear the other ones anymore. Increase the maximum number of sparks that can be on the island. Yeah, you know what? I'll skip on that for now. That we get more of them right in the beginning. Lightning strikes can now start a fire. I love you. Let's do that. I want to have as many of them as possible. Increase the maximum. Yeah, okay. Very funny. Very funny. Let's max out the damage of the lightning strike. A tidal wave warning appears in the bottom right or bottom left of the screen every 12 seconds. Hover it with your mouse to summon a tidal wave that will cross approximately 1/4. Okay. Each attack with the mouse has a chance to one-shot. Let's just do that. Right? We can afford it. This is why we got all of these upgrades. Yeah. So here's the thing. I can't really afford that. We want to check out the tidal wave though, so every 12 seconds, bottom right or bottom left, imagine I just click on the end shopping by accident when I rush down there. That would be kind of funny, right? Imagine it hides behind that. There it is. Okay, that was an achievement, but did anyone see what it does? Like, I saw the wave was bigger, but I didn't see it going over the island at all. That's not 25% of the island, that's like 2 blocks in, right? That's a joke. That's an insult. I don't feel like a powerful god that casts disasters. I mean, I guess it goes in like 5 blocks maybe, and the thing is not that big. Like, it looked bigger on the pictures than it actually was, but like what? Gentle ocean wave movement? None. Ew. No. Gentle. So I've deactivated some of the settings, like that the logs don't fly in anymore, and also that the money doesn't fly in, and I hate saying it because I love the chaos of seeing what I'm earning. But right now, I gotta say, this is very pleasant. You know, to just have the calmness of this while earning a ridiculous amount of money. Tidal wave? No, we wanna go for you. Same story again. Then also that more of them can be on the stage at the same time. When something is frozen, it takes more damage. Stuff is frozen for longer, which wasted a lot of my money that I need for this tree here, but we are now done. Then we also have the critical hit chance, which is quite useful. We are now way above 50%. Here we start out with more of the sparks at the beginning of the stage. Same for this one, and same for this one. But I gotta say, I think I'll sit out this one, which is just how many sparks can be on the stage at the same time. We will go for this one over here, how far they spread out, like the fire. But I will save up for the 31 million. For that, this is not worth it, right? Because we never hit that number. But look at this again, how clean that is now. Oh my god. Makes a way better thumbnail, right? It's like, that's totally not the reason, but it makes a way better thumbnail. No, seriously, sometimes when a lot of chaos happens, my brain needs to shut down a little bit. And for this it's nice, but maybe you can let me know, because we have seen the utter chaos of all of the gold numbers and all of the logs flying over the screen. And later on I will activate this again, because we obviously have to see how crazy we turned all of this, right? But for some time, it honestly feels very calm. You know, like, sure, I'm destroying the entire world, I'm farming nature, the animals have no retreat anymore and can't exist, but if you ignore that part, it is very calm and cozy almost. In fact, I would even say this is one of the first times where I can actually look at the tornadoes, because in the past they were covered up by all of the flying logs and stuff. And now we can see what they actually do. Not that this changes all too much, because the game is still the game, right? But it's nice. More spawn chance for this. We can upgrade this 8 times. They changed the game. Like, do you see that? We have 8 in a single one. Here we had 4, 4, 4. Interesting. I like that. Because I felt like these trees, they're getting shorter, right? Here. This one is shorter than this one. This one is shorter than this one. Probably. But that would be an insane amount of game testing. There's no way they figured that out. Like, what I mean is, why would you do that, right? Because you could put more upgrades in here. The only reason why you would really do that is you condense more power into the individual upgrades, but this way the player gets faster to the upgrades they want to get. And it's upsetting if we would have needed to continue like to here, right? Do you see that? That's like 1 or 2 more upgrades needed, which is quite a bit when you're rushing for a specific upgrade. There's no way they shortened that for that reason, right? It's just because they couldn't think of something else, right? I mean, that would be really insane. Because again, there's not really a reason to shorten it, because if I made a game like this, right? If I can take a copy-paste approach, I would definitely do this as the base version. That's why I say someone must have played this, right? Because I would start out with a copy-paste version of all of the talents, and then I just try to figure out like 3 or 4 unique things about each talent that I then override the old talents with that I used to have before. Because then I don't have to reinvent the entire layout. I can use what I already have. And now I play through this again, and then I notice, oh wait a second, I really want to get to this money upgrade. But for that you need extra playtesters, because you already know about it the first time you play your game. But yes, they would then say, oh, this is like a little bit annoying, like it takes too long to get there, you get too many useless upgrades. So they are just made a little bit more expensive or moved to the back, while the other ones are moved ahead. And that would be a genius move. I mean, no matter what the actual reason is, right? I'm just theorizing. No matter what the reason is, we have the result I like the most, which is that we get faster to the money upgrades. And that's very welcome. And this is another one of those. The costs no longer go up, so you just have to deal with this one. And right now it may seem expensive, but once we earn more, I can buy like 2 or even 3 per round. Right, I didn't want to go for you. We just need a little bit more, so I would say farming time. Like, look at this. We have 580,000 now. I can buy this twice. I can buy this 3 times. Wait, what? Really? Was my head math that wrong? Well, I mean, but it's 3 times. That's exactly what I said. 876,000. We could buy that 5 times at this point. We don't need to, but we could. Increased tidal wave damage. I would say we'll go to the left side again and expect here is the one that increases the money. You need 10 million. That is a lot. Like, I would say we'll not go for that, right? I mean, you're fairly cheap. You know what? I'll do that. 400% damage. Cherry trees are now spawning. The pink trees produce pink wood. For real? Nice achievement, my friend. But now we can buy the final upgrades as well, because I didn't take them since they used up gold. And I just wanted to earn the new tree already, that we have them for the future upgrades. And as you may notice, if you check the bottom left, just because we upgrade the level of the trees and how much they earn, but in trade for them having more health, they already earn us a ridiculous amount. Like, remember when we struggled with 4k, we had to farm like 2 rounds? Yeah, now the very first time we play with a new tree, it's already approaching 100k. In fact, it will be above that most likely. I think the only slight issue that I'm having with the game is you don't have a speed up option, right? Like, look at the timer top left. I've played for a while here. We have 118,000 of the new tree we just unlocked, which means I was here for a while, and we still have 15 seconds left. This is starting to take quite long to get through this, and for that a 2x speed up could be nice. Which also means the people that don't want to use it and just want to go in their speed and play optimally, they don't do it, but the other ones can do it. And then later on, or even at this point, you unlock a 3x speed, that you don't have to stay on the stage for too long. But look at how much we earned. 44 million. Okay, that's the total. I was like, did we just earn 44 million in a single round? So you down here, you were for money. There's a maximum amount of them, which we don't care about, but you are done. This is also done, by the way. Just a quick check if I forgot anything, but I don't see anything. So let's go to the left side. There is the upgrade 12 times. Okay. 962,000, that should be enough. And this one will be interesting. It's barely enough. I think the way it... I farmed for the pink one, but it's actually this one. Oh no, Dex. Oh no, I just wasted so much time. Oh no. I mean, can you really complain? We will just make a humongous amount more money, right? That is still amazing. So, we want to compare now how many upgrades we can get. Or that was my initial plan, but now I just got 3 of them at the same time, so that ruins that plan. With the pink one, we can do it though. Because I would like to show for once, because I always just farm, right? And then I'm like, okay, I'm done, this is the final upgrade. But I would like to show the progression for once. Not that we are farming here on the stage, but just we were able to buy 1 upgrade, then how long it took to get the next upgrade, and then eventually that we got 2 upgrades at once, that you get a better understanding for that. Because these upgrades, they work differently, right? Like, instead of having 3 separate ones that go up in cost, we have one that starts a bit higher, but then we earn so much money that we can just buy it a couple of times at once, right? Like, look at the amount of money we have. I can already buy it twice, because it was 961,000, I believe. And we have 2.4 million right now. So if we get really lucky, I can even buy it 3 times right away. And then we are on level 7 out of 12. Okay, one thing that messes with this a bit, there is an upgrade that gives us time back when we destroy trees, and that just happened right before it was over. So even when we earn more money, technically speaking, this run could have earned us more, just if we got this a couple of times. I just bought this 4 times, by the way. 5.4 million, that is very good, but I think this one I was like worse performance-wise. Still, it's enough to max it out. For you, we need 10 million. You need to... We can already go for that. This is again these upgrades, you know. These ones here. So I would say we'll do a round together with maximum money, just to take a look at it, what it feels like. And then we have to make a decision whether we go for the next upgrade of the earthquake or for the upgrades in the tidal wave. And honestly speaking, I'm not sure, because the tidal wave is kind of nice. But we didn't get a lot of upgrades for it, because the last time we got the chain of upgrades, the tidal wave didn't exist yet, right? Like on the right side of the tree, where we paid with the other lumber resources. So maybe what I'll do first is, I will max out the tidal wave so it can deal damage on the entire screen, and then we will go for the earthquake. You know what? If you reach 10 million, then I will go for the earthquake. Let's do it like that. We can also be a bit smarter about it, because I don't think we'll reach the 10 million, but we can just take whatever is left. Like, let's say we get to 8 million, then we know we need to keep 2 million for the next time to reach a 10 million, right? So I use everything up until that point, And then we keep it as a leftover. Maybe a little bit more, like 1 million more, just in case things don't work out that well. But look at how much we are destroying on the stage all the time. Nothing is staying alive, and they are just constantly respawning. 10.6 million. I did promise it. Like, I have to do it, right? So let's go for the earthquake. Magnitude 7. Here, trees have a chance to spawn in size 4. So, I mean, you know what? Let's do it. But that was amazing. We maxed it out. For you, we need 20 million of the one that we are earning right now. Lightning strikes a tree on the island randomly. Sure, why not? Then we have lightning strikes a tree on the island again. Lightning strikes a tree on the island. I like these little smiley symbols there. Or is it a hotkey that you can press D to upgrade them? I don't think that would make sense, right? Increased tidal wave. Let's go for this one, how often they appear. Then we have damage. Okay, let's do the tidal wave first. 12.1 million. That was actually better than the last time. But we didn't even increase how much we earn. So let's get you. Purple plum trees will now start spawning. Okay, tidal wave. You start a session with 2 tidal waves ready. So you're our main goal. And you're 49 million, which is a little bit. And by a little bit, I mean this will take a hot second. Or maybe it won't take that long. We seem to be earning a lot. Start with 2 of them. I will take this first. No, we actually know there are no more upgrades. Because otherwise there would be the lock ones, you know, like this one with the lock on it. Which also means we're about to be done with you. Which also means maybe I want to save up for this one. But we need the gold for the plum tree first. So yeah, let's get these 2. And there is the new tree. That is an achievement. Then we will max out this one over here, how often the tidal waves spawn. You need a little bit more, but I would say I'll farm up for this one. And before we continue into our farming session, I would say we'll take a look at this together, just to know what it currently looks like, but not for an entire round, you know? An entire round will take a lot of time. Like, look at the timer, sometimes jumping up. We are again above 30 seconds. I'm still not sure where that's coming from. Because I feel like it happened, like look at this, we have 32 seconds still. Like this can take forever. For a 30-second round, I wouldn't need a speed up, but this way, just how much it goes back to above 30 seconds. It's like, hey, I want out, you know, we're again at 28 seconds. What is even happening? Like RNG-wise, there must be something in the background that minimizes how much time you can get. Like, the more you get it, the more rare it becomes. Because otherwise, I would have had, like, infinite encounter. Well, not infinite. But some rounds that would have lasted, like, 5 minutes or so. But this time, we didn't earn that much of the orange wood. It's only 10 million. We used to earn 12 million of that. I'm not even sure what changed. Because if you look at the map, we are pretty much destroying all of the stuff. Yeah, that was worse. It's not horrible, but I'm just a little bit confused why it's so much less. But I guess it's percentage-based, right? Like how often they spawn. 77 million of the green one. Well, I hate to break it to you, but this is a joke to me. Wait, we can get this in one round. And there it is. 21 million. Which means we can get 2 earthquake upgrades. Level 8. Level 9. Here's the tree. Here's the pink tree. I'm a little bit confused what this dude is really doing. But like, I guess I'll take it. You're way more expensive. Aha. Critical damage of the ring. So that is my crit of the mouse cursor. Then we'll also get you almost maxed out. You give us critical hit. You need pink and purple. Okay. Oh my god. I just realized it now. Look at this. These are the roots. And these are the branches of the tree. Do you see that? That is genius. I absolutely love that. Wait, that is so... It's a tree game, right? Isn't that cute? Like, but I mean in a good way. Not like, oh, it's pink and it wears a tie cute. No, that's boring. This is... Wow. That is such a simple thing. But, like, as always, whenever you look at an idea, you know, it's easier to say, yeah, okay, come on, is it that special? But yes, it is. Because how do you start this game? You don't start coding a game and you say, oh, my skill tree is supposed to be a tree because it's a tree game. No, like, you have to sit down and you have to be like, how do I want this to be? And then you start forming ideas and it's like, oh my god, it's a tree game. Turn the skill tree into a tree. That is genius. And I love that, because it means there was thought behind that. Or it was seen somewhere in a comment where someone said, I can't believe a tree game doesn't have a tree as a skill tree. You know, could also be. could also be. There are many options, you know, but like just seeing this, I love stuff like this, because it tells me someone put thought into the game. Or maybe the better word is heart, like both of them, you know, thought and heart, because someone cared enough to think about how to design the stuff. But you also know what it means, right? That means unless there's something happening on the top of the tree, like a lightning strike or so, we are about to be done. And that was it. Which makes me a little bit sad, but it has been an amazing experience. Let's see though how the end feels like, because some of these games, what they do is, they're like, oh, play the game for 10 more hours and then you get the final achievement. So I'll also take a look at the achievements. You're not getting away easily, okay? So you get upgraded. Oh god, we could just buy it in one go. This is the crit hit. Sure, why not? You are way too expensive. You need the pink and purple stuff, so we need to upgrade these. They yield more wood. Isn't that way better than you? I guess we want to get both of them right. Yeah, so we mix and match. You know what? Farming time. No farming time. I just maxed this out. What? Wait, what? How much did I just earn? Well, I guess that means we want to take a look at it together to see exactly what is happening. But you may notice with the lightning strikes, I don't even need the fire cursor because they burn everything that then takes so much damage while it's frozen that they just get instantly destroyed. And we are causing a huge amount of chaos on the entire stage by destroying the trees the moment they respawn. The tidal wave is also nice, but it's a little bit hard to assess like how good it is because I don't really see it destroy that many trees. But no matter what it does, it's bonus damage, right? It could also be though that it just destroys all of the trees and that's why I don't really see it. Yeah, okay, wait a second, it just wiped out the entire trees in the back here. Yeah, do you see that? Oh my god, this time I didn't continue clicking with the cursor because then I'm focused on it. And that showed, it's wiping out the trees. I think it deals damage over time. So not just when the impact happens, but as long as there's water over the trees, they continuously take damage. Which I could be wrong with, but it looks like it, right? 15.3 million of the purple wood. Is that enough or do we need more? We need more. Oh, just a little bit. Let's go for you then. Oh, this is so expensive. 42 million. But it's the rainbow eucalyptus tree. Magnitude level 10. Now one thing I'll say is, I feel like the requirement for this could be a bit less, because I have to farm 3 rounds without doing anything, just for this one. And instead it could have all of the colors in there, right? Because it's the rainbow eucalyptus tree, right? So it's like, kind of missed a chance there. Hey, I know it's a little bit nitpicky to complain that something requires 3 rounds to farm for it. Like, that is not that much. But it's still 3 rounds where nothing at all happens, where I'm just waiting to get the wood. And these rounds, they take very long without a speed up. I do have a speed up though, so there's that. But yes, I feel like that would be a lot more fitting to have all of the logs in there to unlock that tree, thematically speaking, because it's a rainbow. Yeah, that was 15.6 million. We need 42 million, so I still have to farm for 2 more rounds, but that's exactly what I expected. Do you see the upgrade? Wait, I want to press D. Okay, it doesn't work. Unlock the rainbow eucalyptus tree. Now we need a ginormous amount of this wood, but I don't know how much we make. And you know what? No spoilers. Wait, your rainbow. Are all of the tree... That is not what I expected, I'll be honest. Can I even do that? I do have a lot of attack speed, you know, and I think... Wait, but the earthquake doesn't even work on it. I'm earning nothing. No. Wait, what is that at the top? We did it. Game completion time, 4 hours and 8 minutes. That sounds about right. I spent 1.5 hours in the skill tree. I think there was idle time in there, okay? There must have been idle time. Pause and menu time 36 minutes. But that is so cool that you have an overview of all of these. You can still go higher with the infinity upgrade ring at the top. And one thing the game just mentioned is different game modes. Now get ready for this, if you have not seen that so far. You know? Isn't this insane? Isn't this completely insane? The forces of nature are self-activating, but you can still play. Oh my god. Hey! Self-activating! Self-activating! Yeah, I don't think they're self-activating, I'll be honest. Okay. Show description and achievement leaderboards to this game is amazing. Like, how do you actually put so much thought into even such minor things, right? Who cares about this? Who does that? This is so impressive. I love that. A challenge only the god of gods can face. The prizes are always the same, but the gains are infinite. 100% you did it. 100%. That is so cool to get that screen. You have completed the entire skill tree of its shopping time. Thank you so much for playing my game. A Steam review. Yeah, I mean, I'll definitely write one. Like, that was incredible. Click me to buy all the upgrades you can afford at once. Click, click, boom. One click for thousands of purchases. Alter Schwede. No. And they all need their own stuff to upgrade them. Okay, how do you... Like, how do you upgrade them several times at once? Because I'm not gonna click this like 1 trillion times. You can forget about that. Oh my god, I clicked on this and it just did it for me. This is so genius. Man, I absolutely love this. This is insane. How big can you make the cursor, huh? I mean, now we gotta figure it out, right? Because if we don't do that, we would be a little bit boring. I just want to see, you know, a few rounds, how much it changes. I'm sorry. It's the earthquake giving us the bonus timer. That's why it didn't get any longer anymore. I completely forgot that because I read that in the first video, you know. It seems like the game entirely removed the increase in cooldown for the earthquake. Maybe that's also just the last upgrade that did that, but I think it's for this endless mode that you can farm more than ever before. Which also means you can constantly cause the earthquakes, right? Actually, where's the earthquake? It should be here already. Wait, did we hit a limit? So we have made 40 million across the board, pretty much. I just want to see how much we... That means we can upgrade them 40 times, right? So instead of level 547, we are level 547 in that? How? That's 547 million. Oh no, this means barely anything will change, you know. Trees yield way more resources. I mean, that's cool, but there is no tree like that, is the issue. Yeah, these sadly went up by a lot less than what I hoped for. This is the earthquake, and the total amount of earthquakes you can do is increased by 1 whenever you get this. Oh, okay, but that does mean... No, wait, but you're here. Wait, weren't you here the last time, or what went wrong? Because I swear we didn't have any of the rainbow stuff. Let's check this out this time, because maybe last time nothing spawned. Yeah, okay, so it's here, and there's the next one. And before I forget about it, we obviously have to display the wood, right? To go really crazy. This time I've decided to go up to 50 million, which, you know, took a little bit, but actually not that long. Because we earned the rainbow tree. The last time we didn't have that. Look at it, level 0. And every single upgrade gives us 1000% bonus. Alter Schwede. Purchase 3 times the auto buy them all upgrade. Yeah. So you're still very low. We got like 100 levels in this. But if there's another tree, if not, I'll just leave. Okay, there's another one. So this is what it looks like right now. With all of the chaos happening. I can't believe this. Like, this game is genius. I can't evaluate how good the other game modes are that exist in the game, but I really like the concept of it, because if you enjoy the game a lot, you can go again. You know, this is why in some games I really love the prestige of the prestige system. So not only that you can prestige and unlock upgrades, but once you're all done, some games say, hey listen buddy, you're not done. That was it, okay? Leave if you just wanted to finish the game, but for those that just want to play more, you have the Omni Prestige, where you can prestige again. You lose all of your prestige points, but you get master upgrades, and then you go crazy. once you get all of the stuff back, right? But with these major upgrades. It's a little bit like the Golden Axe in Vampire Survivors, because they are not meant for the regular game at all. In fact, most new updates, they disable them when you explore the new stuff, because otherwise it's a little bit boring and broken. But the main point is, those people that really enjoy the game and do more, they can actually use the currency that they earn to keep on going. 79,700, 201,000. Holy moly. Like, now we are starting to put dents into all of these, where we already had a lot. But I would say that was it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I definitely had a huge amount of fun. The link to the game is in the description. And if you enjoyed the video, then don't forget to subscribe and give the video a like. See ya the next time.